Oh man, I did it again. How is that even a thing? All right. Well, damn it. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Today is Thursday, you guys, which means that it is vlog day. And look, there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. I get it. It's election stuff. We still don't have a clear winner in this race. Don't worry. We're not going to be talking about it. Don't even have to trip. If you want to check that on your own time, feel free. We're not going to, I don't think we're going to be talking about it here tonight. I can't believe I messed it up again. Well, like I said, hello and welcome, you guys. We got a full-on action-packed vlog tonight. For anybody watching on the replay, all of the timestamps are going to be the first pinned comment. Boosh, right under there, right underneath this video. I saw my main man, Jeremy V. He's in the chat already. If you guys are here now, just hit the like button. If you want to hit it, I mean, that would help me out a lot. You can hit that like button. That would help me out. But here, let's do a quick rundown. Can I get that rundown, Jim? A little bit about what I've been vaping. I definitely got a beer. I definitely got a bunch of mail. I definitely have a humongous box of retro vape. I believe this to be mostly mechanical mods. If it's not, it's going to be either mostly or all mechanical mods. I think it's mostly mechanical mods, but this stuff goes back to like 2010. I saw a mech mod in there from 2010. So we have a huge retro vaping. I definitely have some liquid tasting. If we have time, I'm going to do a getting to know GrimmGreen, but welcome you guys. Welcome to the vlog. Thank you. So appreciate you guys being here. I don't know. I cracked myself up when I was counting down like 5, 4, 3. I was like, I don't know why I cracked myself up so hard. What's the first thing we usually do here on the vlog? I don't even remember. What are we doing?
Vaping is better than smoking. Technically, yes. But so what?
Technically, that's what we're doing. Technically, yes, but so what? Now, this week, I don't have a That One Thing that is my new favorite thing where I get to hear from one of my subscribers. Look, if you guys want me to end that segment, I certainly can. But if you want to see that segment continue, send a video in. I simply just don't have any. I have a bunch of really old ones. Really old ones that I could certainly use, but I'd like some new ones, some updated ones. It can be literally anything. You want to shout yourself out, shout your shop out. Honestly, I'd love to hear from shop owners. If you want to, kind of like we did for Lutz Stellar Vapor down there in Lutz, Florida. If you want to showcase your shop and be like, hey, I own this shop, and show it off, we can show it off here on the vlog, and you can send them to me. Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Just mark your subject That One Thing. And you never know, it could get featured on this vlog. I'm leaving a blank space for that segment. But what I want to do right now is, in lieu of not having a That One Thing, how you doing, RVD 420? How you doing, RVD? Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about Oregon, Rick Martin, when we get to the news and advocacy. But in lieu of not having a That One Thing, I want to do some favorite comments of the week. How about here? I feel rusty, even though I'm not rusty. Whoa, that's too soon. Whoa, spoiler alerts. Oh my gosh. So I had a few favorite comments of the week, something that maybe is funny or useful or helpful or someone's story in some way. Just when Drumivore, he left a great comment that says, we need to start the Truth Butter Initiative. Yeah, to let people know the actual facts on vaping. Click on the such as to see the data. I love this, Drumivore. I saw the Truth Butter Initiative, and instantly my creative juices started flowing. I'm like, what does the Truth Initiative logo look like? Is there any way we could like plop a stick of butter or something in that Truth Initiative, do their logo, but make it look like melting butter? I love this idea. I love the Truth Butter Initiative, Drumivore. Could be a thing. Could be a thing. We had another sort of helpful comment here, and this is something that I've been struggling with, but Dua left a comment that said, for leaking juice from a unicorn bottle, do not cut your bottle's nozzle like this or like this. Cut it like this, like pyramidal in nature, or a curved line, which seems really difficult, and the leaking will decrease a lot. Now, I haven't tried this, but I'm going to try this and let you guys know if it works. You guys can try it yourself. You don't have to wait for me. You could do it right now, literally while I'm vlogging, and I wouldn't be able to say bubkiss about it. She's like, no, don't. I was going to do that first. I will look for any way possible, literally any way possible, to get my Chubby Gorilla unicorn bottles to leak less. It's just kind of a ridiculous thing. Anyway, thank you, Dua, for that. Had another one here. This is one that bums me out. This is a sort of a bum you out favorite comment of the week. And I don't know if I've shared it before or not, but even if I did, it's worth sharing again. AJ left a comment and said, the dang Michigan flavor ban last year really messed me up. I was, at the time, 10 months cigarette free. Then I got pushed back to cigarettes after the ban. I've been struggling to get back away from cigarettes since then. Sadly, Governor Gretchen Whitmer. AJ, a constituent in your state, was smoke-free, combustion-free. And then because of your flavor ban, Gretchen Whitmer, this person is back on cigarettes now, consuming deadly combustible tobacco cigarettes. What was it worth it? Was that was that a net benefit to public health? Jacob Harrington, I appreciate you being here. First time watching live. Everybody be nice. And then see, now everybody's going to haze you. Like, isn't that what happens in like middle school? It's like, here's the new kid. Everybody be nice to him. And then before you know it, poof, hit with a lunchbox. I was the one getting hit with a lunchbox. Mary, I had one last favorite comment of the week here from Mary. This is one of those, it's anecdotal evidence, right? That's what we keep hearing. Anecdotal evidence. Mary left a comment, says, in October 2012, my husband found out he had lung cancer. This was due to smoking cigarettes. He was stage 3 cancer. He went to vaping, had chemo for 5 months, once a week, and had radiation for 13 weeks. He is cancer-free right now. After 5 years of cancer-free, he gets a C scan once a year and also blood drawn once a year. He is still vaping. To me, this proves vaping is not causing any problems. And look, Mary, I 100% agree with you. This is anecdotal evidence. It's a great story, and I'm very happy for your husband, Mary. I think that speaks volumes to the efficiency, the efficacy of vaping. But it's not, you can make the argument it's not going to be like this for everybody. Vaping, it's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. And just because it worked for you and is good for this person doesn't mean it's going to be good for everybody. Now, if we did some sort of observational study where we gathered, 10,000 husbands with stage 3 lung cancer from smoking and then have all these stage 3 cancer, husbands switch to vaping, then that could be like an actual study that we could get actual data out of. But I love this. I love this, Mary. I just wanted to share that. I love it. And I go through every once in a while, try to find some favorite comments of the week that I can share that, might have been passed over here and there. What I'd like to do right now is, I've already been talking quite a bit. Didn't even try with the Dixon, you guys. Didn't even try, dude. It's hot. It's just been hot again. And I'm sitting in a hot room, and I had bought a brand new Dixon. I bought the Slimer, and I just loved it. And I was wearing it today, and I'm like, I love this flannel. Gonna wear it all the time. And then as soon as I got in here, and it was just hot, sweaty, sweat, flannel came off before the vlog even started. Maybe next week we'll get to wear a new Dixon flannel. But what I want to do right now, since I'm hot and sweaty and thirsty and talking, let's have a beer. I don't know why I did that really creepy, gross sound. Let's have a beer. Nola, Red, Light, and Hazy. That is a long bumper. This is either No Lee or No Lie. No La, No Lee. This is Red, White, and Hazy IPA. I was just looking through my beer stuff. This came from Kevin. Kevin, for a long time, I thought it was Kevin K. It turns out it might not be Kevin K. It might be Kevin Y, unless that's how I draw my Ks now, but I doubt it. But this came from Kevin Y. I saw it sitting on the shelf, and I thought, Red, White, and Hazy. That's how the United States feels right now. Red, white, and hazy. So I'm going to be pouring this into a pint-looking glass. This is the Revolver Brewing Death Ray IPA. Oh, yeah, it's pouring nice. Look at that little haziness happening to it. Nice little amber color to it. Forming a nice little head on top there. Now, this is only a 6.5%er, I believe. Yeah, 6.1. So, look, that means that it's still going to be a good vlog. It's just not going to get, goofy. It's not going to be tinfoil hat, on my head towards the end of the vlog. But this is what I got. I hope you got something delicious and or frosty next to you. Cheers, you guys. That is, holy crap. That is a spectacular hazy IPA. You could, in the dictionary, it just said hazy IPA. You put a picture of this can right next to it. It's got some bitterness in there. It's got some sourness in there, but you get some nice upfront sweetness, and it's just really hazy, very creamy, a little bit pine-ish, really super easy drinking. I could drink 3 of these right now, all at the same time. That's delicious. That's beautiful, juicy, citrusy, red, white, and hazy. It's delicious, New Wave Dave. What are you drinking tonight? You got a vodka and soda? All right. Shit, that sounds good. Now, I don't know what to pair this with. I was thinking tobacco, but I honestly think mango, Mojarno, one of my Yo-Yo Patron Cool Kids Club, which, by the way, post-vlog Discord hangs tonight in the Discord for you guys. I'm looking forward to it. I need to unwind a little bit and just chill out. But Mojarno, he sent me some of his DIY liquid. This was like a mango menthol-y kind of situation at 6 milligram. I think it's going to go great with this red, white, and hazy IPA. Yeah, that's good. It's juicy. It brings out the juiciness. It's like this juicy kind of mango flavor. Complements this juicy sort of citrus, red, white, and hazy IPA. This is great. This is good. This is one of the better beers that I've had like in a while. You like that shirt, Dick Emo? Yeah, matches you. You too can get your own GrimmGreen ex-smoker t-shirts. GrimmGreenMerch.com. I think Addy Tooney's throwing the link in there. I think we're still doing the deal with hoodies and sticker packs. I'm not 100% sure. If my wife pops in here, ask her. But I think we're doing a deal for hoodies and sticker packs right now. If you buy a hoodie, you get a free sticker pack because it's going to be hoodie season soon. Anyway, this is going to be a big, big vlog. So I'm going to try to coast through some of these as quickly as I can. But that's the beer we got for tonight. I love it. It's delicious. It's enjoyable. Red, white, and hazy. It's honestly one of the better beers that I've had like in recent weeks. And I've had a lot of beer in recent weeks. This one's standing out to me as being very delicious. So I guess what we can do now, we'll just talk a few things about what I've been vaping. I've been rethinking my hierarchy as well now that time goes on. But let's... What I've been vaping. And I still cannot remember for the life of me who made that. If you're here and you made that, please tell me. If you know who made that, please tell me. Longtime viewers of the vlog, you have a much better memory than I do. I have a terrible memory. Terrible memory. So I do not remember who made that. So the desk hierarchy goes and the such as. So pleasure vapes, right? Always have my billet boxes. This is the green one with Harold and the Truss and Cubano. This is Golden Boy with the Hakuzeta and 6 milligram a pony on acid, although it's not called pony on acid anymore. There's a nicotine warning for you, so nobody gets their panties in a bunch about nicotine. But the billet box that's been the hero of the day is Bluegrass here with those honeycomb panels. Holy crap, I love these panels, and it's got the vape snail on the inside. We just built this on the Monday build stream. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Boro Tank bridge. I just love the crap out of it. 6 milligram, a little bit of Wayne Walker's Water Malone in here. Shut up, that's great. That's just a really delightful vape. I also got one of these, Aspire, that Aspire Sunbox. Pardon me. That was super gross. MECHS, the MECHS with the Pioneer RTA on there. This has been, I didn't think I would like this thing as much as I do, but I literally cannot put it down. There's 12 milligram Turkish tobacco from Halo in there, which I'm running low on again. Continuing down the pleasure vapes area. This is kind of bordering the line because I do need to do a review for this, but I'm just vaping it out of sheer pleasure because it's amazing. It's that Russian Custom Mods Bonneville mech mod, 21700 sort of continuous contact guy. And this represents the very last of that super good butter number 2. Oh, you will be missed. It was the Jammy Dodger cookie. Fucking delicious. Titanium recoil on top. Damn, that's good. Damn, that's good. I think it would pair well with this beer, too. Let's give that a try. Okay, not bad. That's not as good as the mango. Not nearly as good as the mango. Also, hanging out in pleasure vapes are both of these. It's that Vaporesso, XI Ron, and that Hida Ink. I've just kind of been going back and forth. I love having these tiny little mouth-to-lung AIO guys like this, and they're just so evenly matched. I feel like I want to break one down and just say, okay, like between you two, I just pick one, Nick. Pick one. If I had to pick one, I might lead towards the ink. Lead towards the ink just a little bit. I don't know why. It's just the form factor, really. Vape quality, there's literally barely any difference. Butter number 4 is in here. That mango's in here. Oh, they're just so good. I find these both terribly, terribly enjoyable. But those are setting up for pleasure vapes. I guess the last pleasure, or second to last pleasure vape, yeah, it's that stacked Star Wars mech mod from, what was the name of this company? I can never remember. Merle's Mods out of the UK. This also represents a very little tiny portion of the butter number 2 from Supergood. Recoil Rebel on top, not using the little Ultem insert, but series, dude. I've just been kind of rocking this series for a little bit now. It's so great. And part of like being on YouTube, like being whatever you call this, a reviewer, you just try a lot of stuff. And so I end up needing nope, I need a mod pod. I need my AIO. I need my restricted lung. I need an RDA on a single tube. I need an RDA on a stack tube. I need a mouth to lung on a little guy. I need 3 billet boxes. Like I've just grown to love all the different ways that you can vape that I end up having to have one of everything set up, because sometimes I can be sitting here all day vaping my Pioneer, just everything's fine. This is great. I'm enjoying this. And then I look over and I just eyeball this out of the corner of my eye and I go, I need to vape you now. I need to definitely vape you now. It's just so good. Just so crazy enjoyable. But that's really what I got on my desk for pleasure vapes. Now, as far as what's up here for review, this is the Lux PM40 from Vaporesso. It's honestly pretty cool. It's a little Nordy, and I have some issues with it, but it's truly and honestly pretty dope. 6 milligram blueberry granola bars in here right now. It's a restricted lung. It's the GTX coils. It's pretty flavorful, so that's up for review. Innokin Chroma A. That's the Chroma A kit. It's a mod pod. We've seen this kind of design before. It's got a screen. It's got a clicky button. It's got a leather cutout on it, because let's keep using this style. Leather cutouts. Just leather cutouts on everything. If your mod doesn't have a fucking leather cutout on it, why are you even here? Why are you even in the vape industry? Homeboy Mango in there. It's honestly pretty rad. I'm probably going to do a review for that because I think it could help people. I think that's a reliable thing there from Innokin. Lastly, in the review queue, which we'll hopefully be getting a review soon, it's this Lost Vape thing that I can't pronounce. Thelema? What does that say? Does it say Telema? Does that say Thelema? Well, would you look at that? It's a big leather cutout. Here's a big leather cutout on another AIO. Like, we've seen this before. It's a tank. AIO clicks in. You got a screen, a fire button, a USB-C. This one happens to vape really well. I much prefer the stylings of this. Anyway, I'll save it for the review, but this Lost Vape has been a pretty good little banger. Got tobacco in here. I got Burst Bacco Bold. Burst Bacco Bold. Bears Beats Burst Bacco Bold. That's actually hyper enjoyable. I really like that. I really, really like that. In fact, I want to try this tobacco with a beer, and you can't stop me. There's literally nothing you can do to stop me right now. How does it feel to be that helpless? I'm just kidding. You could stop me, Addy Tooney, if you wanted to. You could too, Mowgli Vapes. Boosh. Hey, that's not bad. That's a good little pairing right there. But that's mostly more or less what I've been vaping. I also have a Caliburn G and a Endura M18. These have been like the mouth to lung pod. They've been battling it out, kind of like the XI Ron and the Hit It Inc. have been battling it out. These two have been battling it out for my mouth to lung sort of superiority contest. The Caliburn G, I thought this was going to kill everything. And then I started vaping this Inokin M18 Endura. Dude, it's kind of replaced the Caliburn G just a little bit. Wow. It's a really good mouth to lung. But those are there. Those are always hanging out. So that's more or less what I have been vaping. So, pardon me, burp life. I guess what I would like to do now.
I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky any time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I believe I can fly.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do a couple super chats. That's it. That's all you get. Super chat bumpers just way too long. And Niti Alato, very gracious of you. You didn't say anything you didn't have to. I appreciate that. Sexy King Phil, instead of DIY e-juice, I'll be doing DIY coils. Do it. Do it up. Welcome to the party, pal. Be a good coil builder. There's tons of crazy coil builders out there. Do it, Sexy King Phil. And Trey Wyatt, hey Nick, what's up? I needed some advice. Given your background, experience, and expertise in the coffee field. Oh, coffee. Here we go. What flavors would you recommend vaping with coffee? I cannot find anything I truly enjoy with it. Thanks, man. Yo, yoy. Okay, here's the thing with coffee is you have to think of coffee as coffee. So when you go to a Starbucks or wherever you go to get coffee, I'm not shilling for Starbucks. Sneaku80. That's very gracious of you. I appreciate that. It's damn right it's vlog day. Thanks for being here, man. Think of coffee like coffee. So wherever you go to get your coffee, when I usually get a coffee, it's usually like blueberry muffin with it, you know? Bear claw muffin, some sort of muffin with it, right? Some sort of pastry, lemon pound cake. Bakery and pastry flavors go amazing with coffee. I vape in the morning times. I vape the blueberry granola bar with my coffee. Spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah, custard. Stan says custard in the chat. I haven't tried custard and coffee, but I'm assuming, even just saying custard and coffee sounds delicious. But anything like, donut juice, some sort of bakery type of flavor, the granola bar, the blueberry, even like a lemon pound cake or like a custard or a cereal with coffee. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's delicious with some coffee there, ripe with deliciousness. So what I'd like to do right now, moving into the vlog, is we're clipping right along. We are on a good time frame right now, you guys. It's a big vlog tonight. Big vlog. I got a lot of stuff planned, and I like where we're headed right now. Okay, make sure I have stuff. Let's do some real quick, let's go through some news. We got some updates for you guys.
News and advocacy, yeah.
Yeah. So, whoops. You go away, Veritas cohort study, even though you're absolutely the first thing I'm going to talk about. Been some stuff going on. I try to keep this news and advocacy a little bit more streamlined these days just because Danielle Jones and I do a full-on news and advocacy show every Tuesday. It's called Tuesday Bro News Day. Every Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. There's just been a lot going on. Tons of stuff going on. I would highly encourage you to check out the last episode we did because I think it was great. And the first thing I want to mention tonight, I'm going to be mentioning this until it's over, you guys, but it's the Veritas cohort study. You can be a part of this if you have smoked less than 1,000 cigarettes total in your life, but you currently vape. You can be a part of the Veritas cohort study. Link will be down below in the description. I also want to mention this as well. This is from AUTHRA, the Australian Tobacco Harm Reduction Association. This is Australian vapors. So Hamish, Breeze Tones, listen up. I'm sure you guys have already done this. Make a submission to the Senate inquiry. So we learned not too long ago that the Australian Parliament has created a tobacco harm reduction sort of Senate group, and they're looking for submissions. They're looking for information from you, how you vape, your story. No more than, they give you some rules here. No more than 1 to 2 pages. Who you are, your history of smoking. Did you have any smoking related diseases? Like, you can fill this all out and get it to those that can actually make a big difference in the world. So I'll post a link down in the description to that AUTHRA data collection area, and you can, send a message. Send them. Oh, have they just closed? Oh, Bogan, damn it, they just closed. Okay, well, look, maybe try to sneak one in. I don't know. You think Colin Mendelson will get mad? Like, damn it, these are past the date. I don't know if he'll get mad. Okay, well, I apologize for that being outdated. Damn it. Bogan, I am so happy to see you in the chat right now. It is ridiculous. Now, the next few things we're going to focus on, it's going to be... Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. The next, You Don't Know Nicotine, the movie, you guys, it's coming out November 20th, worldwide premiere. This is the big worldwide premiere. You can go to knownicotine.com, K-N-O-W, nicotine.com, and you can pre-order your rental pass for this. Additionally, you can buy this movie for somebody else, and I'll put a link down in the description for the website, but you can buy this movie for somebody else. You can spend the $18 in a little email, send it to somebody else. I think that's fantastic. Oh no, okay, so sorry, that's the gift card. You can buy they have gift cards available on this platform, so you can buy the movie for someone else. Alternatively, you can also pre-save. Oh, it's getting cut off. That's a bummer. You can pre-save the soundtrack. I got an email from the You Don't Know Nicotine camp, the Kickstarter camp, and they're releasing the soundtrack. And apparently it's quite a good soundtrack. It's not out yet, but it'll help their algorithm out quite a bit if you go and pre-save it. So if I go over here to Spotify, I can click pre-save. Oh, it's going to make me log into Spotify. That's stupid. I don't want to log into Spotify. But you can pre-save the playlist. It helps with the algorithms. This could be, another way for people to become familiar with You Don't Know Nicotine, trying to spread the word here. Cheers, Bogan. So moving on from that, there's this that I'm going to throw out there every single time. It is the CASAA Vape Mail call to action. It's still active. It still exists. We're trying to reject S1253 over here in the United States, which would, basically ban vape mail. I don't know how else to say it. It would just ban vape mail. So I'll have a link down in the description to where you can take this call to action. We've followed this before on govtrack.org. It says it only has, their analysis of this bill is that it only has a 42% chance of passing, which IMO doesn't seem like a big, doesn't seem like a huge margin there. So I feel like this is something we could possibly get overturned. So let's do a couple updates here from a few states that had call to actions recently. I think the first one's going to be Oregon. We've been pimping out this on the vlog and on Tuesday Bro Tuesday for weeks and weeks and weeks. We were voting no on Measure 108. That's what we were trying to do, right? We're trying to vote no. Trying to vote no on Measure 108. Well, unfortunately, here's the thing that happened in Oregon. Why can't I find it? Oh, yeah, here it is. So Oregon did some good and they did some crap over the election cycle. As far as vaping goes in Oregon, Oregon Measure 108, tobacco and nicotine tax, increases taxes on tobacco products and e-cigarettes to fund the state's medical assistance program and other healthcare related programs. That's what they always say. They always say that. Oh, no, this tax, we're taxing a really bad thing. We're taxing tobacco and it's really bad. And then we're going to use that money, that tax money, and we're going to use it for something noble, you know, something like medical assistance programs and healthcare programs. And we're going to tax something that could be getting smokers to quit smoking. And we're going to tax that and then use that money to help the smokers quit smoking. All makes sense now. All makes sense if you're in Oregon and Measure 108 has passed, you know. And fortunately, another thing that they did in Oregon that I was kind of surprised about. I mean, not crazy surprised about, but Oregon, whoops, that's it. No, you guys also voted for Biden up there in Oregon. Not saying that's a good or bad thing either way. Just, you know, some election talk, right? Biden got Oregon. What Oregon did for this, I mean, this is really, really very good. This is really very good. Oregon Measure 110, addiction recovery centers, reclassifies drug possession offenses to lesser violations, resulting in a $100 fine or a completed health assessment. Essentially, what Oregon did was decriminalize all drugs, decriminalized. I think that's amazing. This is, as far as I know, Oregon is the first state in the republic to do this, to decriminalize drug possession, so that if someone is caught with drugs, it's not just, well, you go to jail, you know? It's not the 94 crime bill up there in Oregon that Joe Biden helped get through. You don't just go to jail. You get help, you know? You get maybe fined. You get, you know, help, addiction recovery. I think this is fantastic. This is great what they did in Oregon, and unfortunately Measure 108 passing was awful that they did in Oregon. But this, Oregon Measure 110, this is spectacular. This is unbelievable news. That's great news. Another follow-up that I wanted to do was from Colorado. Yeah. So Colorado, one thing we were doing on Colorado is we were trying to get people vote no on Prop EE. Vote no on Prop EE. Unfortunately, in Oregon, if we take a look at this right here, Colorado Proposition EE, tobacco and nicotine tax. Nicotine tax. Yeah, that's the world that we're living in right now in Colorado. They don't even say that e-cigarettes are a tobacco product. They say that, nope, this is a nicotine tax. Nicotine tax. Now, could you imagine having a caffeine tax? Like if you went to Colorado and you went into a Starbucks or a coffee shop and you said, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and it's more expensive for a cup of coffee than it is for a decaf cup of coffee. Nicotine tax. You don't know, nicotine really needs to come out. And really a lot of people need to watch it. A lot of people need to watch it. But it passed 67% to 32%. That was at 2 million voted for it. Roughly 1 million voted against it. This creates a tax on nicotine products such as e-cigarettes, increasing cigarette and tobacco taxes, and dedicating revenues again to various health and education programs. So this is kind of something, I wish I had a better memory because I could tell you which vlog it was in, but it was in like 2015, late 2015, early 2016 time on a vlog, and I was talking about one of the reasons that they desperately, like one of the reasons that California desperately wants nicotine and vapor products to be a tobacco product is because any tax that they levy going forward on tobacco products will also just apply as well to all nicotine and vapor and e-cigarette products. And they will always go through because the public just sees tobacco tax and they go, yeah, tax the tobacco, build us a school, build us health programs. So they'll always vote for it. And until we can separate combustible tobacco from far less harmful, non-combusted, vaporized, clean nicotine vapor products, we're going to end up with taxes. We're going to end up with taxes. Any tax on nicotine patches or nicotine gum, green-eyed lady? That is an excellent question that I do not have an answer to. I could dig into it and try to find some information. I'm just going to say, kind of off the top of my head, no. No, I don't think this is an extra tax on patches. I don't think this is an extra tax on nicotine gum. This is literally just a combustible tobacco and e-cigarette tax, because even though e-cigarettes and vapor products have more in common with a nicotine patch or a nicotine gum, visually it looks more like smoking, so that's why it gets lumped together with smoking. Yeah, Colorado Prop EE. Unreal. Colorado also did Biden, but that's not super surprising. Colorado's been a blue state, I don't know, since the 70s. I think the last time that Colorado was a red state was in like 76. It's really interesting. I've been going back and looking at when states have changed color, when they've flipped to different colors over the years, going back to like the 50s. Crazy. It's crazy. Colorado hasn't been red since like the 1970s. I want to say it was 1976 or something like that. And then California, the last time California was a red state was 1964, 1962, something like that. Additionally, ironically, the last time California was a red state, Texas was a blue state in the 60s. It's crazy. And there's some swaths of time in the 80s where the entire country was red. Like during the Reagan era, it was just red. That's it. Just straight up the whole country is red. Crazy. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a follow-up to the propositions and whatnots and ballot initiatives that we've been trying to pimp out here on the big GrimmGreen vlog. They all passed, unfortunately. Not crazy, with the amount of misinformation and the idea that a lot of these Americans still believe that vapor products are just as or more harmful than cigarettes. I think these bills passing really kind of speaks to that, really kind of speaks to that misinformation. This is one cool thing I just wanted to share. I just got a few more things. We're doing great on time. We're doing unbelievable on time. Donate your hospital bed. So this comes to us, I believe, from the Czech Republic. This comes to us from the Czech Republic, and this is a big campaign they're doing in the Czech Republic. Donate your hospital bed, quit smoking, free a hospital bed, and help fight the virus. So here's the slow and skinny of this. How can I help healthcare professionals? Smokers, please support us in the fight against coronavirus. Reducing cigarette consumption will reduce our burden. We need your help. Every unsmoked cigarette helps. Makes beds more available. Less emergency admissions. Help us now. Here's how you can do it. I think this is really fantastic, and it even gets more fantastic when you read this and it says, what will help me quit? And they say, oh, okay, well, look, the UK has this. You can download their popular Quit Now app, You can download the Quit Now app if you want to. You can go to nhs.uk/smoke-free. And then they ask another question. I can't give up nicotine, but I want to help while saving money. Among usual cigarette substitutes, vaping or electronic cigarettes is at least 95% less harmful. Harm reduction and toxicity. Harm reduction principle. In the UK, nearly 4 million smokers have switched to vaping and half of them have already quit completely. To increase the chances of success and avoid making mistakes, it is also recommended to consult a specialist. You don't need to. You just need a YouTuber. That's all you need. Just find a YouTuber that you like and you'll follow, and that YouTuber will be your support. That YouTuber will be your help in learning how to vape. Czech Republic. This is coming from the Czech Republic, and they are citing the Royal College of Physicians and Public Health England. For more information, look, you can go to this right here. This is the National Health Services for the UK, using e-cigarettes to stop smoking. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between a United Kingdom government website and a United States government website. What are e-cigarettes? How do they work? Well, they work like this. They heat it up. It's known as vaping. What types are there? And it's like, well, look, here's a bunch of different types that there are. How do you choose the right one? Well, here's how you kind of choose the right one. And then they say a specialist vape shop can help find the right device and liquid for you. This is on a government website in the UK. But in the United States, we just tax the shit out of them in Oregon and tax the shit out of them in Colorado. And for all intents and purposes, we're attempting flavor bans in every city in the Republic. This is unreal to me, reading this United Kingdom government website recommending vape shops. In the United States, we get, well, they haven't met FDA approval yet, and only FDA-approved products can help you quit smoking. Or fucking just go to a vape shop. They can help you find the right one. It's kind of awesome. So I'm just going to, I'll link to both of these down below in the description if you wanted to, read them, check them out. What else is going on over here? I wanted to throw the Australia Up in Smoke documentary out there again. I have not watched the whole thing. I just can't get through. I don't have the time to sit. It's like 2.5 hours long. So I keep watching it in like little 30-minute increments or like little 15-minute increments. Like when I can find time, like here and there, I watch a little bit of this Australia Up in Smoke. But it's an Australian vaping and smoking documentary done by the wonderful Pippa's Live. So everyone should go check this out. Try to watch it. I'm not saying try to watch it because it's bad. I'm saying try to watch it because it's long. I was not expecting an independently made like 2.5 hour vaping documentary. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of unbelievable. So just wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to shout this person out. Where are you at, Voodoo? I want to shout this person out from Twitter. Voodoo Hippie Lich, who I have no idea who this person is. It doesn't say that he does follow me. Okay, so he might be a subscriber. He's been doing a really good job on Twitter and being a real solid advocate. There was this person, Mike, Dr. Mike, had posted a TED Talk about medical misinformation, right? Medical misinformation. Dr. Mike and the medical misinformation. And then Voodoo, he just jumps in there and says, hey, Dr. Mike, I know you've pretty much established your stance on tobacco harm reduction through vaping, but you also preach doctors, keeping updated with reliable medical research. This is a study done by the Royal College of Physicians. And he just says, here you go. Here's this science. Then he explains a little bit more. And he says, no, here's some more science. Here's the UK allowing vape shops inside hospitals. He's asking, why is America so behind on this? And then in his final tweet, he said, I'm just a person who was able to quit smoking. And then he tags like me. He's like, but maybe GrimmGreen, Greg, Danielle, Red Phoenix, Logan, Vaping Greek. And so Logan chimes in. I chimed in. This is what advocacy on Twitter looks like. This is what advocacy on Twitter looks like. It's you against misinformation. I follow so many Twitter accounts that I completely disagree with, like these anti-vaping orgs, and when doctors post things and when politicians post things. If you're there in the comments and then other vape advocates are there also, replying and liking the original tweets to get them viewed more, that's vape advocacy, this is a perfect example of how vape advocacy goes down on Twitter. I'll get tagged in something and I'll go, oh, okay, here's the thread, here's what was said, here's the original post, maybe read an article, come back, support the advocates, like all their tweets, add my own reply, maybe retweet it with a comment. Like, that's how vape advocacy is done on Twitter, and it is so easy. It's so easy. So I just want to give a huge advocacy shout out, Voodoo Hippie Lich. I appreciate you on Twitter, man, and thank you for tagging me in that, and just keep it up, keep it up. Keep fighting the good fight. As Beecher says, keep it up. Keep fighting that good fight. And yeah, that's it. That's all for the news and advocacy. That's kind of all I had planned. There was a huge metadata study done by the Cochrane Library. This is a huge deal. There's still, this is a huge deal. Lots of people have covered this. Brent Stafford covered this last week, or this last week on Tuesday Bro Newsday. Danielle and I dove into the Cochrane Library for smoking cessation and this meta-analysis. But this is honestly some of the best science and information you can possibly read. So in addition to last week's Tuesday Bro stream, I'm going to link down below to the Cochrane Library as well. If you're an advocate, even if you're not an advocate, just stay informed. Just stay informed. Stay informed as much as you possibly can. Oh, yeah, Australia, Up in Smoke. Forgot I had that. That's the documentary right there. Australia, Up in Smoke. Forgot I had that. So that's going to wrap up more or less the news and advocacy. Appreciate you guys staying, hanging out, getting informed. And I'll have links to literally everything I talked about down in the description, down in that description below. How about before we get to any sort of mail or retro vaping or anything like that, let's do a couple more of them super chats that I saw come in. Yeah, that's all you get. I'm never gonna play that whole bumper. Never gonna play that. Never gonna play that whole bumper ever again. Halo Clouds, my man. I missed our yearly ECC high five. I know. Damn it. I've missed so many people. So many people. It's been goofy. I've never felt like this distanced from like the vape scene, like the vape scene and the vape community. I'm usually like right there and getting my hands in it and just high fives and like, here we are, you guys, we're the vape, I've just felt really like distanced from it. It's a really weird thing. I miss you too, Halo Clouds. Barbara, what's up, cuz? Shout out to everyone involved with my breast biopsy tomorrow morning at Baptist Health. Good thoughts are appreciated. 9:20 tomorrow. Love you lots. All my good vibes and everything, all headed to you, Barbara. You get that biopsy, we do the damn thing. Appreciate you, Barbara. Hope you're doing well. Tim the Gamer, that's very gracious of you. Just want to support the channel. Tim the Gamer. Fucking Tim the Gamer. Bump that fist. Bump it, pause the video, and then bump it continuously for like 5 to 6 minutes. That's the rule. That's the rule. Look, I didn't make it up. New Wave Dave, that's very gracious of you. Played a Merciful Fate record backwards, and King Diamond told me to give you $5. So here you go. Damn it, King Diamond. Always coming through. Merciful Fate. They haven't steered me wrong yet. King Diamond. I got to see King Diamond, New Wave Dave. Twice I got to see King Diamond. It was a great show. Rhett Falls, Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. Why'd you make me say that, Rhett Falls? That's ridiculous. Demi Knight decided to get a Grimm kit instead of a billet box, and the mouth to lung blows me away. I'm glad you like it. My serial killer clone is amazing in this. Spongy airflow for the win. It is... Look, that mouth to lung on the Grimm kit is real spongy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm not on real good terms right now with Hell Vape because of the Grimm kit. But it's a good kit, and I don't care, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Daniel 2 Trips. Nick, I'm not a Patreon because I like to keep my monthlies down, but I always super chat because I love your content and what you do, and who you are. A very, very, very long time fan. Please keep it up. Daniel 2 Trips. Yeah, bro. I see you here week after week, and you're always cool, and you're always chilling, and you're always chatting, and you always give me a little bit of love in the super chats. And that's way more than I could have possibly asked for, Daniel. Seriously, thank you. There's never any pressure anywhere ever from me for you to join my Patreon or for you even to super chat. I just appreciate you being here, Daniel. And I appreciate the love. Stan's here. You know, people want us to do some sort of like build off or something, Stan. I don't really know what's going on. Weren't they supposed to donate MSA money to various education and tobacco programs? Yes, Stan. That's weird, right? It's just so weird. That's what the MSA money is supposed to go to. They're supposed to spend like 60% of the MSA money on, you know, education and tobacco programs. You know what they spend it on? Not that. That's why we have to tax vaping now to pay for the things that the MSA was supposed to pay for. It's just, you know, bad government spending. Like, is that a shocking surprise to anybody? It's not a tax issue. It's never been a tax issue. It's a spending issue. British Eyes, girlfriend's birthday. Remember the 5th of November. Is today the 5th? Oh, wow. Today really is the 5th. I don't know why I don't have my Guy Fawkes mask. I don't even have a Guy Fawkes mask. Happy birthday for British Eyes Only's girlfriend. Appreciate you being here, British Eyes. Hope you're doing good, man. We haven't talked in a while. Joseph, hey, Nick, we spoke a few years ago at a vape expo in London. Still vaping and always loving your videos. Big love from the UK. Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate that. Big love from the United States to the UK. You know, Mike and I were talking about this on the podcast we did together. I'll link it below in the description if you want to check it out. Me and Mike did a great podcast. We were talking about, like, right now we should be in London. You know, Mike used to go to London 3 times a year for the vape expos. Hasn't gone this year. It's just real weird. I would have loved to have gone to London again. Hang out with my UK fam. Kevin Chocolate. Oh, that's very gracious of you. Prayers and good vibes for Barbara. Absolutely, Kevin Chocolate. You're one of the good ones, man. Gabe Claus came here for the reindeer shoeing review. Wrong place? Nope. It's not the wrong place, Gabe. Don't go anywhere, Gabe Claus. We're going to do that segment a little bit later. I promise. New Wave Dave. You saw King Diamond 2 times and you're not possessed? What? He's still got it. New Wave Dave, I don't know if you've seen King Diamond lately, but he's still got it. His pipes are just fine. His pipes are just fine. All right, let me close some things out here. Close that, close that, close that, close you. There you go. Now we're cooking with oil. That's not a saying. That's not a saying. I just made that up. Now we're cooking with something. Anyway, what I want to do right now, before we get to retro vaping, let's do some mail. I have a bunch of mail that I got to crank through. There might be a KOKO in here. There might be some other cool stuff in here. There might be, shh, you guys, listen. Are you listening? There might be a new K-Fun. A new K-Fun in the Vape Mail today. It's Vape Mail call time. I've got a bunch of stuff. It's just piled up on me real quick, you know? I try to stay on top of this. I try to save some things for, you know, the vlog, for vlog day, but it just got out of hand. Oh, this could be it. Holy shit. Holy shit. Do you see what that says on there? Do you see what that says on there? This is UL. There's a very good chance that this could be the KOKO, the new updated KOKO. They did a KOKO for the Caliburn, and I think now they're doing a KOKO for the Caliburn G. Yeah, fuck yeah, KOKO, fuck yeah. They did Grimm Army. What? They did Grimm Army panels? Okay, wait, there's a little bit of literature I want to read about the KOKO. Compatible with Caliburn G pods, 2 different airflows, 2 mil top fill, USB-C. Yeah. KOKO. Okay, purple or blue? Blue. Hi. Blue. Blue's my favorite color of all time. Let's open this blue KOKO. You guys less excited than I am? I'm excited about this KOKO. Oh, it's taped at the top. KOKO in blue. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Look, it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and say it's pretty cool. This needs a refill before I can vape it. So I'm going to refill this with, God damn it, Blueberry Hill. I found my friend. Oh, Blueberry Hill. Caliburn pods are just really super easy to fill up. KOKO, there it is. That's what it looks like. This tiny little KOKO. I'm assuming you can get kind of different panels in there. This is the blue. Looks a lot like the original KOKO. It's even got a little place right here for, you know, if you want to hang it on a lanyard. You know who wears theirs on a lanyard? Is Bogan still here? Yeah. Bogan wears his KOKO on a lanyard. He does. Just unapologetically does it. And I think that's awesome. Unapologetically does it. But they also sent Grimm Army panels. Are these just magnets? How do these come off of here? Oh, it's magnets, you guys. Holy shit. Okay, so look at this KOKO. You can pull these panels off. It's just a magnet, and it says KOKO underneath. And then I can grab my Grimm Army one. Boosh. That right there, that's a Grimm Army KOKO. That's banging. Holy crap. I don't know if UL's going to make these available. I think that would be super dope. Look at that. That's the perfect logo for this KOKO. Grimm Army KOKO. Vape's awesome. Vape's exactly like a fucking Caliburn, and it's got a USB-C. KOKO, 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 KOKO. All right, shout out UL. I think that's cool. I'm excited about this KOKO. This is gonna get a review soon. You know, it's like, how long do I need to spend with a KOKO battery, considering I've been using the Caliburn pods for, you know, the better part of like a month and a half now. The new KOKO. It's going to be a 5-minute video, just a 2-minute video. Just like, nice. That's all it's going to say. Nice. If you like the Caliburn, you already like the KOKO. You just don't even know it yet. All right, let's keep plowing through. There's things to do, people to see, boxes to open, retro vapes to vape. I'm really excited about these mech mods because if I have a couple 18650s out, I'll be able to vape all of these things like right away. I'm excited to vape some old school mechs, some really old school mechs. All right. Oh shit! I'm finally getting some the Vaporesso Gen S. Boosh! I'm opening the pink one because pink is punk as fuck. Vaporesso Gen S. I finally got a Vaporesso X-Raws. X-Raws. Everyone keeps telling me this is better than the Caliburn, and I need to try the X-Raws. I don't think I'm going to do... I don't know. Maybe I'll do a review for it. You never know. All right. X-Raws. I got another Lux in here. Yeah, these Lux PM40s, they come in some pretty cool flavors, man. I opened up the blue and gold one, but the black with the red on there, I think looks pretty sick. Is there 2 Lux PM40s? Is there another X-Ross in here? Yeah, I got a pink X-Ross as well. It's awesome. I'm really interested to try those out. Cool, Vaporesso. Cool. And I never got to try the Gen S, and I'm glad I finally have one. The Gen was, I mean, arguably the Gen was my favorite regulated mod kind of like the last 2 years almost. I loved it. I loved the crap out of it. Got something from Voopoo, you know? Got something from Voopoo. Voopoo's the new Joytech. I used to get like a package literally every week from Joytech. Like there wasn't a vlog that went by why I didn't get something from Joytech. You want to stay hydrated real quick, everybody? All right.
I love water. I'm glad that I love water so much. It makes it easy to stay hydrated. Hydro, homies.
Yeah. All right. Well, you might see that it says like this includes paid sponsorship or something like that. It's this. Coldest Water. They're a sponsor of this vlog. It's the best water bottle I've ever owned, like literally in my life. It never leaves my side. It's hyper insulated and it keeps your water cool and crispy and just delicious. And look how good of a palette it is for stickers. I mean, come on. This is the best palette for stickers. I'll have a link down in the description. If you want to buy your own Coldest Water bottle, use my link. I get a little jingle in my pocket and you get 10% off if you use the code Grimm. But it's important. It's important to stay hydrated. Now, Voo Poo, another Argus. Why'd they do that? I don't get it. Another Argus. Argus and the Argus Pro. Okay, so the Argus Pro IMO looks a lot like the Drag S. I mean, it's the same basic form factor as the Drag S. And the Argus looks even more like the Drag S. Looks the same. It looks to use the same PNP coils, the same little magnetic system in there. But I got the Argus and the Argus Pro. All right, this one's open. Let's just open it real quick. I want to see what this Argus Pro looks like. Look at that. Leather cutout. Leather cutout. Again, another leather cutout. This does have a silicone. Look at that little silicone tank protector right there. That thing just falls off. But it's the same magnetic PNP. Look at this. Lanyard thing, maybe? Lanyard doodle right there. Then you got this. Then you got this. I'm assuming it's... Oh, it's an internal battery. Oh, that's interesting. Internal battery. Big up, down buttons. What kind of USB you got? USB-C. Dang, all right. Okay, Argus Pro. I think the Argus GT was honestly one of the best regulated mods of the year. Far and away one of the coolest things that Voopoo ever did. See, now we're getting less into... like China mail and more into like, you know, cool personal mail. See if there's any more China in here. Tracy Kit. Nope. All right, here we go. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about those Voopoo things. I'm honestly pretty excited about those Vaporesso things. What are you? It's a card. Oh. What are you? What's this? Happy holidays. Was this a Christmas gift? Am I supposed to not open this until Christmas? If you open on a vlog, pick and choose. What? Okay. If you open this on a vlog, and I think you may, you can pick and choose what I have written, provided you can read it. Oh, okay. I got some literature here. So this comes from TK Hudson? TK Hudson? Is TK Hudson in the house? Oh, that's very sweet. I don't want to read this whole thing. I know you are just a regular guy who wears Dixon t-shirts, button-downs, and that some people have... However, you do extraordinary things for this group of the vape community. I appreciate what you do. Oh, thank you, TK Hudson. We have the same exact penmanship. What are you even apologizing for, TK? I'm a little concerned this beer tastes like piss because I can't taste it. I'm sorry if you don't, but the cans are cool. But the cans are cool. Oh, okay. Listen, I'm not going to read this whole thing right now, TK Hudson. But I appreciate this. You've been a subscriber since the end of 2016. Thank you. Look, I'm going to save this. I'm going to read this for later on my own time. But I think there's beer, and there's a freaking Roadrunner. Look at that. Yeah, Roadrunner. Oh, dang, there is beer. What are these beers? These are from MECHS Brewing Company, West Coast Hazy IPA. This must have come like right from the brewery. These aren't even like proper labels on here. This is a big. Oh no, okay. These are the beers. Oh, okay, sick, dude. I got some beers here. I'm gonna write TK on here. I'm gonna write TK on every beer because if I don't do this, the time will come when I will go drink this beer for the vlog and it will not have a name on it. And I'll do that thing where I say, I don't know where this beer came from, but thank you. If you sent me this, please tell me so I can shout you out, you know. But thank you. Oh, and I got happy holidays. Is it already Christmas time? Damn it, TK Hudson. I guess it's already Christmas time. Happy holidays to you. I got to figure out where I'm going to put Christmas lights in my office. Got to figure out where to put Christmas lights in my office. This actually might be some more beer. How much beer does one Nick need? Answer? I don't know, a bunch. Like a lot, obviously. Look, we drink a lot of beer here. We drink a lot of beer in this household. There we go. Packing peanuts. Why? Packing peanuts. Oh, this is a lot of stuff. Holy shit. This is too much stuff. Who sent this? There's literature. Vaping Island. Vaping Island? Vaping Island. All right, there you go. This is Midland Avenue. Where are you? All right, hang on. There's some literature. Christmas themed literature as well. Wow, you have really spectacular handwriting, Alan. 58 years young. See, that's why you have good handwriting. Does that kick in when you turn like 50? Does your handwriting just suddenly improve? 58 years, smoked for 25 years, have been vaping for a decade. Unfortunately, I live in the rotten apple when Mr. So What has forced me to start mixing my own e-liquid. Fortunately, I'm getting good at it. Between 2012 and 2015, my son owned a vape shop here in New York. Even back then, vaping was not accepted. My son never missed a rent payment, but that was not enough to stop his landlord from forcing him to close. Holy shit. In this box is number 5 OG Recoil RDA. The green one are beautiful. We had discussed, about some extra vintage vape gear. I've been a sub from the beginning, and I will be till the end. Alan, are you here? I see. Is that you, Alan? Yes. Alan for the win. Okay, here, I have to save these notes. I got to save these down here. Freaking Alan. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the Watofo guy. Yep. The Watofo Freak Show. There's a Steam Crave thing in here. First of all, there's too many packing peanuts, Alan. You're going crazy. Oh, yeah, that's right. This, I remember you now, Alan. 100% I remember you. This was leftover stuff from your boy's vape shop, and it's just gathering dust. So we're going to redistribute the wealth around. And there's honestly some cool stuff in here. Snubnose RDA. You ever try the Vapors Snubnose RDA? Well, I got one. Maybe we'll do this on an upcoming build stream. That's cool. There's some Monster V3 customs in here. There's an authentic Royal Hunter from Council of Vapor. Does anybody remember the Royal Hunter RDA? Dang, this is like retro vape mail too. Indulgence, the Mutation XS is in here. There's a Mutation V4. There's some REMs. What do we got from Steam Crave? Aromamizer, the original Aromamizer. Original Aromamizer from Steam Crave. Something from 528 Customs. Oh, this is a Monster V3? Oh, it's taped. That's why I can't open it. Is it taped? No? Oh, that's how it goes. Okay. Okay, yeah, Monster V3. That's fucking hilarious. Wow. Alan, thank you. This is great. This is going to be so much retro vaping goodness in the future when we get through all these boxes. There's a Griffin in here. Dang. I mean, this is even stuff to give away. Anybody want to smoke Skyhook RDTA? Look at that. I've not seen one of these in fucking forever. There's a letter on the outside of the box. Well, I definitely cut through it if there was. Yep, there was, and I cut through it. Was there? Oh, no, this. Oh. Sneaky Alan. Sneaky Alan. Oh, okay, it says read off camera. Okay, appreciate that, Alan. You sneaky dude. I'll read that later, Alan. Damn. Thank you. That's incredible, Alan. I appreciate it, and I really like your really nice handwriting. I mean, that was a nice breath of fresh air, that handwriting. Let me tell you. And I guess that was I traded Steve. Oh, that felt like Christmas looking at this again. It's just Bumblebee. Yeah, it's a Bumblebee. Bumblebee on the cardboard, baby. Really very excited for this. I mean, I'm not going to open it, of course. Why would I open it? It's a toy. I have to leave it closed. Maybe I should open it. Should I open it? I can't open it. I have to leave it closed, right? Fucking Bumblebee. That's great. I love this. We traded. I sent some vape gear and I got Bumblebee, and I definitely am satisfied with that trade. 800% satisfied with that trade, Steve. Thank you for trading me. Appreciate that, bro. Fucking Bumblebee. Where can I put Bumblebee? Here, let's just put Bumblebee right here for now. That's cool. Bumblebee can block the Stormtrooper for just a hot minute. You duplicated your super chat, Fishy? That's fine. I mean, that's fine for me. What are you telling me? You want a refund or something? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This came from the United Kingdom. Oh, I see cotton and I see mesh. Is this another RDTA? The Nest RDA. You guys hip to the Nest RDA? Apparently it uses mesh. Looks pretty unassuming. I don't know what's going on the inside, but that's the Nest RDA. Looks like it's got maybe some Kennedy-style bottom airflow there. You hear that? Wow, you hear that? That's bananas. That is kind of bananas. Instructions, come on. Come on. And then they sent a bunch of meshes. These look like large mesh. These meshes look way bigger than a lot of other meshes that I've seen. And cotton strips. All right, mesh, cotton strips, and the Nest RDA. All right. Well, shit. Let's give it a try. Look, I've never been a huge fan of mesh on an RDA, but that doesn't mean that I can't, come around and enjoy it at a later time, like right now. Now, this might be the K-Fun. This might be the newest K-Fun. I'm really overjoyed right now. If I could open this FedEx box. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's there. It's here. It's everywhere. Trash goes away. That's a Spoimesto box. That's a Spoimesto box right there. Is anybody else excited, or is it literally just me? Yeah. That's a K-Fun, all right? This is the newest, updatedest version of the K-Fun. You want to take a look at it? This is the K-Fun something. K-Fun Light Plus 2019. 24 millimeter K-Fun Light Plus. It's a crystal cap right there. There's the traditional, like that K-Fun look cap to it. I loved the K-Fun 2019. Yeah, it looks like a similar deck for sure. Similar deck for sure. Same, I don't even know what's different on this one. Those threads. Maybe that's just mine. Maybe that's just mine. I want to put this crystal cap on here. I just want to see what it looks like. Because there's the chimney. You still got to do the bottom fill jam. Oh, that looks pretty sick. I guess you need a longer chimney on the inside for the crystal cap. That actually looks pretty sick. All right. I'm going to have to set this up. I mean, not right now. Obviously not right now. But I'll get this K-Fun set up as soon as possible. I'm a huge fan of the K-Fun. Build it, build it, build it. We can't right now. We have too much to do. Anyway, that's a freaking new K-Fun. K-Fun Lite Plus 2019. I don't know what's so plus about it right now off the top of my head, but it is a brand new K-Fun from Svoj Mesto. I'm really excited about it. It's going to get built. It's going to get vaped. It's going to get KOKO'd. Just kidding. All right, that's kind of it. That's it for mail. But, dude, we got a bunch of cool stuff. I got beer. We got a K-Fun, KOKO's, new Vaporesso stuff. This is great. This has been a successful mail opening. Look, I can't build it right now, Rick, okay? I can't build it right now. I just can't. I need Hat Fan. I need Hat Fan right now. Well, there you go. That's some good times. That's some mail. Let's have a little bit of beer right here. Delightful. How about before we get to retro vaping? Oh, we got a little bit of time. Let's do a couple super chats. That's it. That's fine. That's all you get. Who cares? Call the cops. What can you do? You can't do anything. Okay, so where did I leave off? That's right, King Diamond. Brandon, Yo-Yo and Nick just dropping some love for the channel. Stay hydrated, Hydro homie. Yeah, God, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Poon Sauce, what the crap are you doing here? Here for the pudding Nick offers at the end of every vlog. If you didn't know, now you know. Shh, Poon Sauce, stop telling people about the pudding. Stop telling people about the pudding. Scott, that's very gracious of you. I don't always cook, but when I do, it's with dihydrogen monoxide. Yeah. Have you guys looked at, I can't even keep a straight face. Have you guys looked into dihydrogen monoxide? It's crazy. Okay. It's in almost everything we consume. It causes excessive sweating, excessive urination. It's in baby food. Kids get a hold of it. If you drink too much of it, you can die. If you consume too much dihydrogen monoxide, death. You actually just die. It's horrible what dihydrogen monoxide is doing to the world, Scott. TK Hudson, yeah, okay, there's a place on Mars where women smoke cigarettes and the cigars. They smoke enough to kill a goat. Keep on vaping. Shout out to Scott, my son. Absolutely, TK. Appreciate that, TK Hudson. That was very cool of you. We're definitely shouting out your son. Over there, Vaping Island. Rest in peace, Vaping Island. Dakota, very gracious of you. Fats Domino. I see you, Grimm. I see you, Dakota. Don't think I don't, because I do. Daniel 2 Trips 86, appreciate your understanding and thank you. Of course, Daniel 2 Trips. Honestly, for a long time, you showed up so often in the chat and so often in the super chats, and like, I see you every week. I just thought you were a patron. I was like, oh yeah, Daniel 2 Trips 86. He's definitely a patron. It's cool. You don't have to be. I just like having you around, Daniel 2 Trips. Fishy. How you doing, Fishy? Hey, Nick, it's been a while since I've been in the Discord, and I need to catch up on dogs barking in the distance. Yeah, you do, but I wanted to show you some love. Yo-yo to you and Casey and all the cool kids. Fuck yeah, shout out all the cool kids. Well, Fishy, we're going to be hanging out in the Discord tonight after the vlog, so come hang out. Matching Carpet, didn't get a chance to ship my package yet. Unbelievable. I mean, you're offering me something for free and you haven't shipped it yet? Like, how inconsiderate can you get, Matching Carpet? Of course, I'm just joking. My apologies, Grimm. I'll make sure it's extra amazing for you. Bro, you're going out of your way. It's already going to be amazing. Matching carpet. Already. Appreciate you. Anthony Ramella, how you doing? How are you doing on lavender vanilla garbage bags? Let me know when you're running low. I will. We're doing solid, Anthony Ramella. I appreciate that. You always have my back in the scented garbage bag department. And I appreciate you, Anthony Ramella. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay for now. So now that we're all caught up with a bunch of stuff, I would like to finally get into this. It's time to do a little bit of some retro vapes. Don't know why I said it that way. Oh my God. This box weighs more than you think it does. Weighs way more. Weighs way more than you think it does. So this box is literally just called, I wrote SS and copper tube mods. SS and copper tube mods. There's no like year range on this. It's just all my old stainless steel and copper tube mechs. They're just kind of all in here. This is an 18650 Avid Life thing. Don't even know. The peg. Was there an AV peg? An Avid Life peg? The AV peg? Was anybody around during the really high-end mech mod days? Those were some weird times in vaping. This was some weird times in vaping. But AV, I'm sure this was expensive. It's a little 22 millimeter banger right there. Single 18650. But that was a cool mech. Hybrid top. This was the beginnings of the hybrid tops. All the AV Life stuff was real nice. Those threads, still like glorious, glorious threads. Just smooth and gushy butterness. That was beautiful. Beautiful. What else is in here? Oh yeah, Panzer. See, there's two Panzers in here. Wasn't there a Panzer in the last box that we opened? Am I wrong? Or was there a Panzer last week too? You were around Earth, DT Earth? Yeah. It was funny. It was interesting. At the last ECC that happened, I was talking to, someone. I'm not going to name names. I was talking to someone from way back in the day. This person used to be really into the vape scene, influencer type of guy, on Instagram. And I hadn't seen this person for years. And then I see him at the last ECC and he's talking about, he's like, yeah, like I spent, thousands of dollars on these high-end mech mods and now nobody wants to buy them. And I'm like, well, yeah. Like, did you think an Avid Life mech mod was going to retain its value forever? Like the company it doesn't even exist anymore. They just abandoned their mech mods. Did you think it was going to retain its value? I mean, maybe it could have. If it's valuable to you, then just keep it. Then who cares? Sorry, can't stay away from that KOKO. There was a Panzer last week, and now I have a brass Panzer and a copper Panzer as well. Is this a Panzer too? Nope. Oh, I'm wrong. This ain't no Panzer. This is the Tiger? The Tiger? Same company, but this is the Tiger. And it says Grimm Army on the button. That's very nice of them. Panzer and a Tiger. Both made by the same company in the Philippines. Both really very nice mech mods. And just be forewarned that some of the mech mods that I'm going to be pulling out of this box are going to be dirty, dirty, patinaed, gross. Some of them are just going to be gross and there's no way around it. All they need is a little bit of love. Like I could easily go through and give all these some love, and they'd be looking beautiful again. What the hell is this? Does anybody have a name for this? This was a Genesis hybrid mech. These were really popular for a long time. And all it is a single 18650 mech, big locking ring, mech on the bottom, and then it had a hybridized Genesis on top. if I could pull this cap off, which I can't. It's just not coming. It's just not coming. Ugh. Nope. Okay, this cap is not coming off of here, but what you'll see at the top is a Jenny deck, and this is your little Jenny tank here, and it was sealed off completely from the battery. I don't know what this was called. It says RM on the bottom. RM. Don't know who that is. Don't know what that is. But these things were really popular. Master Hyper Sniper from the chat. I'm serious. If you've got a Gnome or the Sassy, I love them both and will trade. Here's the thing. I would not be willing to trade. This is a Gnome V2. Is this a Gnome V2? No. This is the Zombie. Oh, yeah. What was this? This is not called the Zombie. It's called something else. God, it's too patinaed. Zombie. Zombie mech mod? Yeah. That's a Zombie. I remember doing a review for this in 2014. This was the Zombie mech mod, and it came pre-patinaed. It had like this really bizarre, smooth, almost feels like a chalkboard, like your nails on it just make you wince, like in the hardest way possible. But it was a pretty slick little single 18650 banger guy. Not bad. Not bad. Oh yeah, this thing. Don't even remember where this came from. I got this in Oregon. Someone's got to remember this. Single 18650 mech, like a lot of these are going to be. Copper tube, had plastic sort of ribbed for her pleasure kind of ribs on there. But my favorite thing about this mech was the button, because it was comfortable. Like these rings are actually quite comfortable. The button on the bottom, if I ever do a mech mod, I'm stealing this button. It was like concave on the inside. So your finger just sat in this little beautiful little cradle right there. Not a bad little mech. I got that at the beginning of 2015 up in Oregon. Yeah, see, here was another one of these things. And I don't remember who made it. Holz? H-O-L-Z? Hole? No, H-O-L-E. Hole. This just says hole on the bottom. But it was the same basic thing. These were really, really popular for a long time. It's just a mech mod with a Jenny on top, and it was a hybrid Jenny thing, and I don't know why. Everybody just loved them. Everybody just loved the crap out of these. I could not stand them. Zippy little button right there. What was the big company? Someone needs to refresh my memory because I cannot remember. What was the big company that was doing these? Faceless mods? Were they the ones that always did these hybrid Jennies? They always did hybrid Jennies, and people went crazy for them. Oh yeah, this was a big 26650 guy from, damn it, why can't I remember the name of this company ever? I loved this because it had the spring in the bottom, and it was a 21700. And for a while, those were okay batteries until they weren't all of a sudden. Damn it, I can't remember the name of the company that did this mech mod, but it was great. Shit, that's the logo. Was this the Emit Vapor? Emit Vapor. They did the shotgun, and they did something else too. This was the big 26650 version. Okay. There's a rig in here. Damn it. Good old rig. Good old airbrushed with skulls kind of all over it. Rig V1. No, this is a Rig V2. Rig V2. Yeah, the Faceless was a death metal band. Cody, I know the Faceless was a death metal band, but I think there was Faceless mods. Yeah, see, this was the Emit Vapor shotgun. Go back on YouTube, try to find my review of that, but this is a great mech. Telescoping mech, so the top was narrower than the bottom. 18650, squishy button, made in America. Damn, this was a good mech. Emit Vapor's shotgun. Now, this Master Hyper Sniper, where you at, boy? Gnome. This is a Gnome. This is actually the Gnome 2. This is the Gnome V2. This was a great vapor. This was a great mech mod. This was made by... fucking hell. What was the name of the company? I can never remember the name of the company. Had a gear on the bottom. What was the name of this fucking company that made the Gnome mech mod? Master Hypo, where you at? Help me out. I don't remember the name of this company that made the Gnome. Their logo was green, had green all over it. Don't remember. Can't possibly remember. This one as well is a name I can't remember. Castle Mech? I think this was the Castle Mech mod. This was a Philippines mech mod. Single 18650. Stainless steel. That's the logo on the bottom. MCV, I think. No, VS. Oh, they even engraved Nick on there. Castle. This was a great mech. This was a very solid mech. Oh, I had the button locked. Oh, man. Remember button locks? Button locks were great. That was a great mech. All right. We're getting down another layer here. This was... said GrimmGreen on it. Oh, Shadow. That's right. I remember Shadow. They did the Omni RDA and RTAs. This was their mech mod. Little single 18650 guy, but the great thing about this was the switch. Maybe not the great thing, but you know how Stan, Tenacious TX Vapes, and Heavy Metal Vapor on that new heavy hitter, they have the quick release? This was the quick release as well. Twist, drops out, twist, goes back. Shadow Vapor. Shadow Vapor. That's just a tube. See, you run into problems like this. Like this is just a 510 connection. Just a 510. I don't know where it goes. I don't know who it goes to. Anakin, I Taste 134 Max. This was a thing. The I Taste 134 Max. Retro Vape this. Let me get a... See, I should be using some of these, damn it. Let's use the shotgun. I can easily be using some of these. Whoops, don't worry. I'm just rolling over. I'm not breaking my legs or anything. I'm just rolling over bubble wrap. Let's try this shotgun out. I remember really liking this thing. Want to see if it's still going to hit well. It's going to look dorky with a 24 millimeter atomizer on it. But, yeah. Yeah. Used to love this thing. It does look super dorky with the 24 on there, but awesome. That is awesome. That's vaping great. I'm glad I got this 18650 out. Now we can try more. There's actually another Vapor Giant in here, which is crazy. I didn't know that I had more than one, but this is the Vapor Giant completely broken down into its smallest form in a single 26650, but it had that like pinky button on there. Pinky buttons. I remember this one. Is this gonna come off? Not a chance. Holy shit. Oh my god, not a chance. Not a fucking chance. But this was a high-end hybrid. This was like a $400 fucking copper tube, and it had a hybrid DAC on the top of it. Rounded button on the bottom. I swear, I don't know why every mech mod manufacturer doesn't put rounded, like convex buttons on the bottom. Thing's amazing. This, holy shit, but this was my very first dot mod Petrie mech mod. Wonder if I can still use it. Wonder if I can still use it with a recoil. Let's try. Let's try, because why not? I loved this thing. I loved this thing. Yep, still works. Yeah. Yeah. That's the original dot mod Petrie mech mod that I had. The very first one I ever had. In fact, I have very vivid memories of walking around Little Italy in San Diego when I was living there at the time, trying to find, like that one perfect shot that I can take a picture of this. I need that one spot that I can take a rad picture of this mech for Instagram. That was like, that's all I ever wanted to do. This is a deep box, you guys. We're going to be here for basically the rest of the vlog. We might be able to get a liquid tasting in. Might be able to. This one, no idea. It says MMM on the bottom, and it's engraved, and it says GrimmGreen, and it's a copper tube, and it probably cost $200 back in the day. Couldn't even. This is a complete mystery. Does anybody recognize that logo on the button there? Nope. Yeah. Mystery mech. Who knows? Who fucking knows where that came from? This isn't a mech. This is a Sigelei. Sigelei tube mod. Single regulated battery, 18650. This was the Sigelei something with an S. Sigelei something with an S. This was meant to compete with, like, the EVIC and the Vamo. This was the Sigelei version of the EVIC and the Vamo at that time. This little guy, this is an authentic GG mech mod. Golden Greek from Greece. Still pretty shiny. Mechanical switch right here. Single 18650. This was a pretty little mech. The problem with GG is he was one of these, like, he had quite an ego. He had quite an ego. If you didn't like his product, it was your fault, If you didn't like it, you're doing something wrong. That was it. It was your fault. Nope. This is from Ragnarok VLS. Oh, I bet that's this. Oh, yeah, the Ragnarok. I remember the Ragnarok. I reviewed the Ragnarok. It was super modular, so you could attach the switch to, like, this middle segment and make an 18350 mech, or you could add this and do an 18650 mech. There was, like, another combination that you think I could do, that I think you could do on there. Ragnarok. I have not thought about that mech in fucking ages. Okay? Now, what are you? Mystic Atmos? The Mystic Atmos Peso. This was a mech. Probably, again, $150, $200. This was the Mystic Atmos Peso. Single 18650 mech. Look, the vape industry has been nothing but gold rushers, Oh, and I got an Ego Twist battery in here. What do you know? I guess it technically is a stainless steel. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, this piece of shit. This was a trash. This was trash. The Hades 2 mech mod, 26650 Hades 2. This was one of the worst mechs I've ever used. Garbage. Garbage. Junk. Junk. Never use that. Garbage. And what are you? Oh, you're an EVIC. All right. And what are you? You're a Joytech. Again, Joytech, EVIC, the Vamo, the Sigelei, all trying to compete for the same market, and this is what they look like. Big batons of regulated mods. Not quite like SVD level, but certainly very close. Oh, yeah. The Hyperion. I really liked this thing. This was shit. This was a hybrid mech mod. So the RDA was basically a tugboat type of RDA deck, hybrid on there. This was a Beyond Vape product, and it was the Hyperion, and it was a mech mod. It was a mech mod that was hybrid with its own. I had the switch lock on there. Interesting. Oh, that was an interesting mech. I remember reviewing that. Now, okay, this was a hunk of junk too. I did not like this one. I got this at my very first ECC. My very first ECC was the biggest wake-up call I've ever had in my life. Don't even remember what this was called. Don't even remember. Machined poorly out of poor materials. 26650. ECC, the first ECC I ever went to, 2014, was a huge wake-up call for me because That's when I realized that people just want you to do them favors. That's it. I went to the bathroom, and the guy dragged me out of the bathroom and dragged me over to his booth and like hands me mech mods and hands me liquid. And he's like, bro, if you could put this on, that would be great if you could put this on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you. Like, thank you very much. I can't say, I hate saying no to people. And then they go and, someone sees me standing there and they pull me to their booth, and it's like, here's our high-end mech mod and our cereal flavor. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then another booth just pulls you over and goes, here, take a few of these. These are our high-end mech mods and our cereal flavor. And I was like, oh, okay. And then another company, here, you want to try our high-end mech mod and our cereal flavor? And I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, look, I appreciate your generosity, but you just want a favor from me. This was another 26650 mech mod. Does anybody recognize this logo? Coastal Bay Vapes. I had something to do with that. The coast or the bay mech mod. Not great. Not terrible. This, don't know. This was my jam for a really long time. This is going back to 2010. This is what a mech mod looked like in 2010. Literally a copper pipe with copper fittings on the end. No button on the bottom. The button is right here on the top. So the idea was that you would put an atomizer in here, not an RDA, just an atomizer, like a Joytech round little, there it is, Bay City Vapors. Tony and Z17 hit it at the same time. Bay City Vapors. Good memory. Damn, that's a good memory. This was called the copper, even though it was made of brass. So you'd put your RDA on here, or not your RDA, your little atomizer, and the atomizers had plastic drip tips. So you what I did is I pressed the drip tip against my tooth, and I would plunge this in, take a drag, and when you pull it away, it disengages the mech switch, stops firing. Single, 18650, spring in the bottom. This is, to me, this is like the spirit of DIY, of vaping, of those early vape days when it was like, hey, we don't have any mech mods. Let's just make one out of a fucking copper tube. This is 2010. Easily 2010. Easily 2010. The vape, nope, don't know what that is. Now this was the, what's the name of the shark, the prehistoric shark? Megalodon. This was a Megalodon. Yep. This was a Megalodon, a mech mod from Electronic Sticks. This is 2011 maybe. I liked these so much that I bought my brother one. I bought my brother a Megalodon mech mod with his initials engraved down the side. Had his initials engraved down the side. In retrospect, this was the dorkiest mech mod of all time. It had like this weird CO2 canister top. It was obviously not meant for RDAs. It was meant for those Joytech 510 atomizers. That's not gonna stand the test of time right there. Now this is the bottom layer. This layer has been protected since it went in, and we are at the bottom layer. Don't know what this is? Tiny little mech. Little 16340 guy. It's got a gorilla on the bottom. Anybody know who this is? Nice button, though. That's a real nice button. That's an incredibly nice button. Oh, baby. This was the Ruthless Bomber. The Ruthless Bomber. I used the shit out of this. Holy crap. I can't remember. I can't believe I remember the name. But the idea is it was not a mech, but it had a wired switch in it. And then you could put a kick in here. It had its own kick ring. And your kick would go in here, and you'd screw this down into the body of the device, of the mod. Your little kick sitting in there. And then your housing, your head goes up here. And now you have a kick on the inside of a 26650 wired switch mod This was the Ruthless Bomber. I loved this thing too. Loved this thing. Oh, here's another one. GrimmGreen. This was from the House. What? Wu-Tang House of Mods. Here's a mech mod from the Wu-Tang House of Mods. This has got to be a 2013, maybe 2014 banger because it's a 26650. Wu-Tang. Yep. Can't get away with that shit anymore. The Wu-Tang House of Mods. See, I'm putting these back in as I pull them out. Back in. This, I don't remember the name of, but it was like the poor man's silver bullet. I don't remember the name of this. But it was just a tube. It was like a silver bullet, but it had this huge horn switch on it. Bombshell. That's right. Not the Ruthless Bomber. The Bombshell. Why did I say Ruthless Bomber? There was a Ruthless Bomber, but I think that was the Bombshell. I think you're right about that. Dang. Jocelyn, I am not going to sing the My Little Pony song. I don't even know how it goes. Don't remember what that one was. This was another Emit Vapor mech. Let's give it a try. What do you say? What do you say, man? This was another Ruthless Bomber, or not Ruthless Bomber, Emit Vapor mech mod. Obviously is not going to fit a 24 millimeter RDA on there very well, but yeah. Juice. I need juice. Dang, there's some legendary mods in here. There are some legendary mods down here at the bottom. Who's texting? Whoops. You don't want to see the retro vaping again? All right. Who's texting me? Michelle Lynn. Okay, you're right. Yeah, let's hydrate real quick. Oh, good Lord. You're right. Let's hydrate.
The only thing I want to see in your mouth is that water bottle. Now, what did I tell you? Always be hydrating.
Okay. We're sufficiently hydrated now, Michelle Lynn. Appreciate that. Don't remember what this was called, but it came from that same company, Emit Vapor, that did the shotgun. They just did a bunch of really cool, like, Southern California manufactured mech mods back in the day. Still vapes. Still vapes. These were silver-plated contacts, so I'm expecting them to, you know, remain beautiful. Now we're getting into some really, really old stuff. Oh, this punk of junk. I got this at the very first VaporCon in Reno, Nevada. It was no good. This was machined out of like the worst, lowest quality aluminum on earth. There was a 26650 Mac. Couldn't tell you the name of it. Had the like a plunger switch on the bottom. Heat sink fins on the top. Really lightweight, but just a really poorly made device there. Oh, this was... What was this called? This had someone's name. It was called like... What does it say there? WVCV. WVCV. I don't remember who this was, but this mech mod, it had a name like the Billy or the Adam or the Alex or something like that. I want to say it was the Adam. ADAM. The Adam mech mod. I really liked this thing. I really thought that was a good mech mod. Now this, what the hell even is this? This says Vape Drakers? Vape Workers? Vape Workers. Okay. Same idea. This was kind of the tail end. Look at that drip tip. I want to rip this drip tip off of here and use it for anything else. This was the same thing. Genesis on top. Mech mod on the bottom. Wow. I have not used this. Yeah, there you go. There's your Genesis. There's your Genesis tank with your Genesis deck on top. Stainless steel mesh goes in here. Little mech mod right there. Big, huge cap on it. Just a big ass cap on it. This. Nope. One more time. No idea. There's a gorilla on the bottom, though. There's a gorilla on the switch. Anybody recognize that there, gorilla? No? Don't know. 16340 shiny little mech. Don't know. Now this was the silver bullet. In fact, this was the silver bullet. In fact, what else is in here? Holy shit. Silver bullet. Silver bullet with a 901 on top. 901 connection silver bullet. Now, I don't know if anybody in here right now remembers the silver bullet. Yeah, Rodney. Is that you, Rodney? Rodney C? Adam's Apple? Is that you, Rodney? I know you, Rodney, from Chicago. I don't know if anybody remembers the silver bullet, but at one point in time, this was the single most legendary product in the vape world. Alt Smoke and the silver bullet, they were killing it. It was a single 18650 unregulated device, and that's it. You could put one single 18650 in here and get 3.7, or you could Ricky Martin. No, listen to me. There's a Monday build, do a Genesis. Yeah, right. My own frustration level couldn't get me through a Genesis build. I would kill that thing. I would just break it in half. Yeah. 901 connection. 901 was a different type of atomizer, and for a long time in my vaping career, I liked the 901 atomizers more than I liked the 510 connection atomizers, and so I had this silver bullet with a 901 connection on it. Here's another silver bullet as well. This is one of those, just a silver bullet, and they were crazy popular. In fact, what else is in here? We're going to go back even further. This is the gnome. Vapor's Knoll made the gnome. This is the gnome as well. Gear on the bottom, gnome. And this was, I joked with this mech mod so hard because once upon a time, everybody's reviewing mech mods and everyone's saying the same thing. Oh, this mech mod, bro, it hits so hard. It hits harder than any other mech mod. I noticed the 0.002 voltage drop on that other mech mod, and this mech mod hits harder than that mech mod. So when I was reviewing this gnome, I said the most ridiculous shit about how it vapes. I was like, this vapes like the space shuttle fucking duct taped to a train, colliding head on with a school bus full of machine guns. I would just exaggerate when really it's just a mech. It's just a mech. It's a good mech, but at the end of the day, it's just a mech, 901s were dope. Here is another legendary device. Randy, you hear? Rodney, you hear? Anybody remember this guy right here? This was the Omega. This was the follow-up to the Silver Bullet from Alt Smoke, and it was a mechanical mod, believe it or not. Atomizer went right on there, and you plunged this to fire it. There was a little edge right here. Your atomizer, little edge, plunge to fire, plunge to fire, plunge to fire. This was legendary. This was a legendary device. Do I even have a spring in the bottom anymore? Nope. Dang. No spring. Don't even have a spring in the bottom of this. But the Omega was legendary. Legendary. That's all I can say. Completely legendary. Completely legendary. I guess, shit, the last thing in here that I'm going to pull out is easily the most legendary mech mod in all of mech mods. Hands down, the most legendary mech mod. If you're a vapor as of Rodney, yeah, you had 3 Omegas? You're Rodney. I know you, Rodney. Rodney, we go way back. Yeah, don't forget to no-locks the threads. Dude, that's what we used to do. put no locks on the threads. It makes it hit harder. All right. That's what we did. This is, without a doubt, the single most legendary mech mod in the history of legendary mech mods. It was built and constructed by a gentleman, Cisco, Rodney. Remember Cisco? Yeah, Cisco. It's not a Nemesis. This is a Helix. Yeah, this is a Helix. Can you see it there on the bottom? This is a Helix from Cisco Avid Vapor, and it was a mechanical. This is a mechanical switch in here. And he explained it to me one time about how this worked and how it's like when you press it, it's like a little hammer that comes out and finishes the contact, and you can get in there and clean it all yourself out. Single 26650, you put an RDA on top. I used to rock a gooseneck on this all the time. Mechanical mod. And the reason that, it's just legendary to me, I guess, because I was there when it released, and I have very rose-colored glasses of this, and the Helix, it might as well have been the Type 2 of like 2012, Helix just kept getting hyped, more hype. It was like Helix hype, Helix hype, Helix hype. And everyone's, where's the Helix, Cisco? Where's the Helix? Where's the Helix? Coming soon. Helix is coming soon. Okay, I believe you, Helix, 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 Helix. It went on forever and ever and ever. And he finally announced right before Vape Fest in... Where the hell was that? Chicago? Was it Vape Fest Chicago, Rodney? Don't quite remember. But he said, I'm going to have Helixes at this Vape Fest. I'm putting them on the website. So if you're going to this Vape Fest, order a Helix on the website and you can pick it up at the show. And I just went, oh, what? Like, I couldn't type fast enough to get to the site to buy a Helix just because so hyped. And at the end of the day, it was a 26650 mech mod. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty cool. It has firmly landed in the legendary. It's just a legendary mech mod from back in the day. I wish I had 26650s, I might keep it out. In fact, here was another 26650 mech. Nope, dang, this is so heavy. I thought there was a battery in there. But this is a 26650 mech that came out maybe 2 years later. And you can see how much better the switch is, how much better the machining is. The Helix has really shown its age over the years. Had this rounded cap because, again, we didn't have RDAs back then. We didn't have RDAs. All we had were little Joytech 510 atomizers, man. That's it. That's all we had. I think we're at the bottom. Nope. Okay. Last one. Does anybody here remember Great Lakes Vapor? Twisted Messes, do you remember GLV, Great Lakes Vapor? So I don't know if anybody's hip to Raven Vapes, Liam Lynch, but we bonded over the GLV. The GLV was one of the best bangers of mods that I ever remember using. It was a little sidecar guy. 510 atomizer goes right over here. 16340 goes in here. And then you have a clicky fire button right here. So your atomizer just went in your mouth. You had this clicky fire button. If there was a way to do this now, to have this form factor, even in these came in 18650 configurations as well. It was like the full GLV, but this was the GLV Mini. If there was a way to replicate this form factor of holding a tube in your hand and hitting the fire button right here, but with an RDA, I would never vape anything else. I would literally never vape anything else. This is the most comfortable little device ever. Hands down, ever. I bet I could get this going with a distillate cart. I bet you I could. Should I keep this out and try to use it? No, it needs to go back in the box. All right, so I'm going to pack up this box. It's 6:30, you guys. It's 6:30. We're going to end this vlog. with a very random liquid tasting. We're going to end it with some super chats. We do not have time to do getting to know GrimmGreen, but that was copper and stainless steel tube mods box. Running the gamut from 2018 maybe, 2017 mech mods in here, all the way back to literally like 2010, 2011, 2010. So many mechs, so many shiny tubes. I'm not doing like really any trades right now, okay? So I know a lot of people have been asking about trades. I got in a little bit over my head with the trades. My inbox is just a clusterfuck right now of emails. Too much. Too many trades going on right now. So I'm going to let these trades kind of finish their course, and then we can do it again, right? We can do it some more. I need a layer of safety, you know? I need a layer of safety for these mechs. I'm going to pack all this back up. I appreciate you guys, bearing with me and pack all this stuff up. Not taking anything out today. Not leaving any of these mechs out. They're all going back into storage in the world's heaviest fucking box of all time. Okay. That's far enough. Woo! Retro vape. Damn, that was a long retro vape. I'm done with my beer. All right, so I thought I saw some super chats come in there, so let's do a couple of these quick super chats. If you guys want to hang out, I'm going to be doing a liquid tasting, just a few minutes. Super chats, that's all you get, just a black screen. Matching carpet, that's right. You were apologizing for some reason. Cody, I remember tank cracking juices. Are pod cracking juices a thing? I have not run across a pod cracking juice or a tank cracking juice in a real long time. It was usually cinnamon. It was like cinnamon, sometimes mint and menthol, but not really. All I remember is cinnamon and diacetyl. Diacetyl used to crack tanks, but we don't use diacetyl anymore, Z-Man, that's very gracious of you. Love you, Grimm. Stay safe. I love you too, man. You stay safe. Twisted Messes, do I owe you this money anyway? Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
But so what?
So what? Who cares, Kent? At least you're here. I appreciate you being here, Kent. I miss you, man. We need to hang out again. We need to hang out again someday. Whew. That was a whole mess of retro vaping boxes. I'd like to relax right now with a very random liquid tasting. Don't worry, it'll feature the Type 2. So there's some Type 2 hype coming up. Type 2 hype. Type 2 hype. Type 2 hype. Type 2 hype. As if we could possibly hype this up anymore. And look, it's not my intention to hype it up this much. I wish it hadn't taken this long. I really wish it hadn't taken this long. KOKO Life. I just like that. I think that looks great. I love that on there. Yeah. Yep. So, the very random liquid that we are tasting today is in honor of one of my very, very new patrons, Jake Scrapwood. You know him. You love him. You've seen him in the chat plenty of times. Hope you're here tonight, Mr. Jake. But he sent over one of my favorite mods of all time. It's a DNA 250C. This is a handmade, custom, wood and acrylic. It's got the Imperial symbol there. It's blue, and blue's my favorite color, and it's got that DNA 250 screen in there, dual 18650s. Along with this device, he also sent along a liquid, and I learned recently that Jake Scrapwood, this is the only liquid he vapes. He's one of these people, he's one of these lunatics, like my wife, that only vapes one flavor. How do you do that? How do you do that? How does anybody do that? Right now I have like 9 flavors going, 2 tobaccos, 2 different mangoes going right now. So when someone tells me that this is the only liquid that they vape, I have to try it. And it's a tobacco. It is Mr. Scrapwood's Vanilla Bourbon Honey Tobacco. This is all he vapes. This is all he vapes. So, knuckle test. There's a lot going on there. That bourbon is real up front. Real up front. And I decided that what I actually wanted to taste this in was the Type 2. So I got the Type 2 right here. This is the build deck. I have coils in there and it's wicked. It's just been freshly wicked. So all I'm going to do is sparingly, and I'm going to cover all of this in my Type 2 video, sparingly put some liquid on this cotton and coils. Sparingly do it. I'm not even joking when I say sparingly. Do I need to say it again? Sparingly. All right, there's some vape wars happening. Sparingly. Put a little bit more on there. Sparingly. What did I tell you? Sparingly. Glass goes on, chimney goes on. Could not be easier. This is such an old school design. It's so simple. Get that cranked down. Let's use a glass dripper bottle to fill up an RTA, which, look, it's not ideal, but it can be done with very little problems. There you go. There you go. Just takes a hot second. There you go. Not done yet. Holds 4.5 mils. There you go. Not done yet. And there you go. In fact, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't even want to put any more in it. Now, look, the top's probably a little bit messy, so we're just going to give this a wipe. And you got one twist for the cap. Boosh, right there. Type 2. It's ready to go with some Scrapwood Original Vanilla Bourbon Honey Tobacco. This sounds just delightful to me. This is a 0.15 dual coil in here. The most I'm going to run this at right now, I'm going to leave it at about 42 watts right now. 42 watts. I'll cover this in the video, but the Type 2 is a low watt tank, RTA. Rodney in the chat. GrimmGreen. Remember Ed the Green had that white plastic mod? Can't remember the name of it. Ho, Rodney. You're talking about the Mantis. Yes, I still have my Mantis, Rodney. And we're going to be getting into the Mantis. I think we've done the Mantis in retro vaping in the past. We might do another Mantis. Anyway, I'm just going to give this one inaugural. Open up the airflow first. One inaugural toot. It's going to need a bit more wattage than that, buddy boy. I swear to God, I was only running this at like 50 watts max. Why are you not firing? Okay. That's super tasty. Let me just spend like 12 seconds with this just real quickly. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kill my mic like this. Nope. That wasn't killing my mic. I'm going to kill my mic like this. Okay. Okay, so it's a little bit throaty, Jake Scrapwood. It's a little bit throaty. It's a little bit throaty. This is the second time I've tried it. The first was January 4th, 2019. It's like I'm trying it all over again. It's a little bit throaty. I see why you like it though. It's 3 milligram. Okay. I thought this was 6 milligram. It's a little bit throaty. The tobacco component of it really reminds me of Cubano. And by the way, the flavor that I'm getting from the Type 2 right now, it's pretty baller. Got a little gurgly on me on there at the beginning, but this is still just the prototype. It's a little bit throaty. The tobacco on it really reminds me of Cubano, but it's very like vanilla bourbon forward. Very vanilla bourbon. Then I get that like Cubano tobacco. I don't get a whole lot of honey, and I think I'm grateful for that, just because honey in vape sometimes smells like farts and things, you know? Sometimes smells like gross feet and farts and stuff. So I'm glad there's not a whole ton of honey in this, but I like the vanilla bourbon and the tobacco. Look, it's tobacco. It tastes like Cubano to me. What did you say, Jake Scrapwood? Oh yeah, this is the second time I've tried it. I'm going to go back in time and I'm going to look at the original time that I tried this. I have to sneeze. It's just going to happen. All right. I'll go back and look, but it's like I'm tasting it all over again. I really like this. I like this. I really like this. Tobacco, Cubano-y, vanilla-y, bourbon-y. The bourbon-y, this is like the best bourbon I've had. You know, I've tried a lot of like different bourbon liquids, and back in the day, Skull and Crossbones was like a bourbon vanilla ice cream that I loved. It was my favorite thing. Really like the bourbon in this, Jake. Really like the bourbon in this. Okay, I'm going to stop vaping for now. That's great, Jake. That's delicious. That's super delicious. That is crazy deliciously good. Really into that. And see, I set it up on this mod and this RTA because I knew this was going to be like, I had a feeling I was just going to like it, and now I get to keep this set up around. And chain vaping it on top of this RTA, dude, it gets warm. Chain vaping it that much, there's just, the airflow is so restricted. Top of this tank gets warm, bro. Warm. Watch out. Warm tank coming at you. Yeah, flavor's banging. I like that, Jake. Scrapwood. You're unconvinced, Twisted Messes? Look, I'll send you the rest of this liquid. You want me to portion some out into like a 30 mil? Send you some vanilla, honey, bourbon, tobacco? Jake, get with Kent. Send Kent some of this liquid. I think he's going to like it. My favorite thing about the Type 2, you don't get any juice in your mouth. You just don't. All you taste is pure vapor. God, that's good. All right, so yeah, some Type 2 hype there. Now, look, we're already running long. I told you guys we're running long. If anybody wants to stick around, I do want to add some tracks to the Getting to Know GrimmGreen Spotify playlist. So I want to show a record, and we're going to do Getting to Know GrimmGreen. Fuck it, call the cops. We're running long. Just running along, and there's nothing you can do about it. Literally nothing you can do about it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for 2 solid hours every Thursday and hanging out here to the end. You gave me the recipe? Oh, baby. Maybe give me that recipe again there, Jake Scrapwood. Maybe DM me that recipe again. Maybe give me that recipe again. I might not have it still because I'm a terrible, forgetful person, Jake. Terrible, forgetful person, Jake. But one thing that I do at the end of every vlog is Getting to Know GrimmGreen. We talk about music. I add some tracks to a Spotify playlist that will be linked down below in the description. It's all bangers. It's all my favorite music. It's just one banger after another. And the band that we're talking about tonight, a little bit complicated. A little bit complicated. I just want everyone to know that I finally did last night. I sat down after a little bit of shed time, you know. I sat down in my living room and I listened to my Guar 30th anniversary Scumdogs of the Universe from beginning to end. It was a great experience. Incredible experience. This record, I don't know why I love this record so much. It's not that it means a whole lot to me, but I bought this record when I was kind of going through my second musical awakening. We talk about my buddy Mark Moots a lot. In 1 year, when I joined the Swamp Donkey, when I joined his band, he burned me a box of CDs that was like a shoebox, just like 3 shoeboxes just of burned CDs, you know? And it was all this great music I had never heard before. Not never heard, but never really dug into. Like a lot of stoner stuff, Place of the Skull and Caius and The Obsessed and Orange Goblin and bands like this. And I was just going through this like, I want to listen to everything. Like, give me bands. Give me any band to listen to. I want to check out new shit. I was just going through this like huge musical awakening, and this band came on my radar, and I loved them. I loved them instantly. And what's unique, I think, for me with this band is they released some stuff early on. I'm talking about Cave In. Anybody hip to Cave In? Cave In released some stuff really early on in the very, very, very early 90s that was really borderline deathy, you know? It was real heavy, aggressive, hardcore with some like deathy vocals thrown over it. And it wasn't my favorite thing. And I remember I had heard that Cave In album, and then I just kind of was like, I don't care for Cave In. That's fine. They're just off my radar now. You know, maybe I'll check back in a few years. Checked back in a few years. They released the Antenna album after that. Don't know when that was. 99? Late 99? They released the Antenna album, which was a huge departure from their previous like really, really hyper aggressive deathy stuff. They started adding in all these like, you know, I don't want to use the term emo, but like indie rock sort of melodic sensibilities to it. And this album, Perfect Pitch Black by Cave In, is awesome. It's just great. Antenna, the album before this, Antenna, I would highly recommend checking out. Arguably a better, objectively, arguably a better album. I just like Perfect Pitch Black so much more. It's this really interesting, like, late 90s, early 2000s combination of, like, Sparta. Like, remember when the Get Up Kids broke up and they split off into, like, Sparta? Was it the Get Up Kids? Not the Get Up Kids. What band broke up and then became Sparta and like the Mars Volta? Like a little bit of noisecore. There's some aggressive, like heavy parts in this. There's a lot of like melodic guitar-y and sing-songy parts over this. It's a really diverse, really very unique album. And I'm going to put 2 tracks on the playlist if you want to check them out. The first song we're putting on there off this album is called The World Is In Your Way. It's just great. Both of these songs start off like a banger, just bangers. Never released a bad record, Rob. Rob's a big fan of Cave In. Look, I didn't really enjoy the early Cave In stuff. Antenna from Cave In is arguably the best album, but I like Perfect Pitch Black so much more. So we're doing The World Is In Your Way. And Rob, you're familiar with these songs. Yep. Tree Panning, and The World Is In Your Way. Tree Panning and The World Is In Your Way. Please go check out the GrimmGreen Spotify playlist and listen to these 2 Cave In songs. Dig into some Cave In. Like, listen to Perfect Pitch Black. Go back and listen to Until Your Heart Stops, like the really old stuff. Listen to Antenna. Listen to Perfect Pitch Black. These are all great albums. Cave In is one of those, like, legendary bands, you know? It's like if you talk to scene kids, Cave In. Yeah. Cave In. Everybody knows Cave In. Love Cave In. Cave In did a reunion show last year that I didn't get to go to in Los Angeles. I regret it intensely, but I love Cave In. They're just, they're another band that shaped my musical landscape, as it were, and specifically this Perfect Pitch Black album. So when the time came and I saw this at Amoeba, I had no choice. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying Cave In Perfect Pitch Black. The World Is in Your Way and Trey Panning. I don't even know how to say it. Trey Panning. It's a great little subgenre of music, It's good. It's really very good. It's really unique. Like, it's really hard to explain. Like I said, there's some heavy, aggressive stuff in there, which I really like. There's some really melodic, guitar-y, riffy stuff in there that I really, really like. I was just a huge fan of Cave In, for like a few albums. And then, they kind of fell off my radar again. Maybe I'll check out Cave In again someday. At the Drive-In. Was it At the Drive-In that broke up? Was it At the Drive-In or was it the Get Up Kids? Don't remember. Anyway, highly encourage you to check out that album. Now we are done with the vlog. It's almost 7 o'clock. There's no That's What She Said. So the Vape team is on at 7. I don't want to run into their time, so let me take a quick look. Mess. Absolute mess. What an absolute mess that this office is. That is ridiculous. Jake Scrapwood, tree panning is a term for drilling a hole into the skull. Oh, okay. Then that song makes a lot more sense. Seriously, check them out. Check out Cave In, Perfect Pitch Black. Was it At the Drive-In, Futhless? Okay. I thought it was At the Drive-In. So here's what I'm going to end this vlog by saying. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. There's a lot going on tonight. There's new TV shows on. There's the, do we have a president yet? Do we? Let's check the polls. Might as well check the polls. No, we're still sitting at 264, 214. You want any of my predictions? I don't have any. I cannot believe how close this is. I cannot believe how close Georgia is. I cannot believe how close Pennsylvania is. I cannot believe how close Nevada is. This is a nail-biting election. So at the end of the day, you have a lot of options, and I appreciate you spending your time with me. It does not go unnoticed, you guys. I really appreciate it. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this here vlog up. Yeah, that's it. There may not be a vlog next week. If there's not, I'll post on Instagram and I'll post on YouTube, but there may not be a vlog next week. It's kind of up in the air. Next week's my wedding anniversary, and so I was thinking about maybe taking a vlog day off, just to hang out and spend some time with my wife, if you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. To all of my Yo-Yo Cool Kids Club, I'll see you on the Discord as soon as humanly possible. But for everybody else, I love you. Thank you for getting to the end of the vlog. You people here that make it to the end, Jesus, you're just my favorite people on earth. If I ever get the chance to meet you in real life, IRL, I dispense crisp high fives. We could probably go in for a hug, maybe an elbow bump, but it's whatever. Thank you guys seriously so much for watching. Remember that no matter what anybody tells you, vaping is at least 95% less harmful for you than burning those deadly combustible tobacco cigarettes. So yeah, you guys, be excellent to each other. See you next week. Peace.